There are two kinds of Apple users, people who've never heard of Freeform and people who maybe opened it once, thought, what on earth is this? And then went back to the Notes app. If either of those sounds like you, well, this one's for you. So first up, what is Freeform? Well, it's basically an infinite digital whiteboard. It's completely free. It's likely already on your device and it syncs across everything using iCloud. It's available for Mac, iPhone and iPad, even the Vision Pro headset. But to be honest, you're mainly going to be wanting to use this on your iPad, and more on that in a bit. Well, you might be thinking, how is this different from Notes? Well, Notes is very linear and pretty structured, whereas Freeform is more visual and very messy. And that's kind of the point here. It's a very different tool for a very different set of jobs. Before we get into it all though, I want to be upfront, this is not a perfect app. You'll probably notice things can get a bit wobbly at times with Freeform. I'm talking about overheating, battery drain, even on brand new devices, but I still think it is worth your time. And this video isn't really a full feature tour. It's more about, should you actually use this? And if so, how? So let's answer that question first. Is Freeform for you? Well, I reckon Freeform is brilliant for visual thinkers, especially if you're in the early, messy stage of an idea, or if you've ever hit the ceiling of what Notes can do visually, which isn't that hard to do. That said, if you need folders, tags, or even dark mode, Apple isn't quite there yet with Freeform. Also, if you're on a Mac, the drawing tools don't work and they're half the fun. Or maybe if you're expecting good notes level handwriting smoothness, yeah, this isn't that. Well, if none of that sounds like a deal breaker, keep on watching. Now, before we get into features, let me show you how this fits into my everyday life to give you a bit of a sense of how I've been using it. Well, I am a visual thinker. In my job creating videos, one of the biggest factors in determining whether a video does well is the thumbnail. And most people don't realize this, but I'll sometimes make 10 or 20 or even 30 different versions of a thumbnail before a video is even filmed. And I tend to map them all out here in Freeform to see which one pairs best with the title. And that's because something that sounds great in your head doesn't always look quite right on the page. Well, Freeform is where I figure all of that out. On a personal level, my family are planning a trip to Italy this summer, and Freeform has been amazing for collecting ideas for day trips, car hire, all the things that we can do with the kids, and it really suits the way I think, which is collect everything together, all messy and visual first, and then add some structure a bit later. And then here's a slightly nerdy, maybe a bit of an embarrassing one. I collect websites. Whenever I come across one with a design or a font or a layout that catches my eye, I just grab it and drop it into a board. So I've always got somewhere that I can go to when I need inspiration for things like design work. It's basically like a mood board, or as I like to call it, a viewed board. Yeah, sorry about that. Let's look at some of the core features then. Well, there's the canvas, and as I said, it's infinite. It expands as you add things to it, and you can then zoom in and out freely using your fingers on the iPad or the trackpad or mouse on your Mac. Each canvas is called a board, and you can have as many boards as you like. Now, Apple Pencil users, take note. Literally. Unlike Apple Notes, there are no restrictions on how you write or draw. You can draw anywhere, over anything. There's also a little cheeky ruler tucked inside the pencil tools, which is worth knowing about if you need to draw straight lines on your Freeform boards. As well as drawing, you can add shapes, connectors, and flowcharts really easily, which is great for mapping out ideas quickly. And here's a really nice touch, the connecting lines stay attached when you move the shapes around. I really like that. You can also add sticky notes, tables, text boxes, photos from your Photos app, PDFs, audio files, even Pages documents that have a preview built in, so you can reference all these types of files without ever leaving the Freeform app. You can also share directly from Safari onto a Freeform board, which is oddly quite satisfying to do. Let's talk about scenes. I reckon this is probably the most underrated feature in the entire app, and I wanted to give it its own moment. So let's say that you're mapping out a new website and you wanted a little section on your board for each page in your website. So rather than scrolling around an enormous Freeform board trying to find things, you can zoom in on each area, tap this little icon here, and then save it as a scene. You can give it a name, and then you can jump between scenes instantly just by flicking left and right, or by selecting from the list here. So if you're giving a presentation and you're presenting to visual thinkers, they will love this. And if anyone's old enough to remember the presentation software Prezi, it's a little bit like that, but without the horrible motion sickness. Before we go any further, let's talk about what makes all of this Apple Pencil stuff actually feel good to do. Because if you're going to be drawing on your iPad in Freeform, you should really have a Paperlike screen protector on there. I put one on every iPad I've owned, day one, every time, no question. It gives your writing and your drawing this natural friction, a bit like the resistance that you get from actual paper, and it sounds really different too. Just listen to this. Anyway, here are 3 things about Paperlike you probably didn't know. Firstly, that signature feel and sound comes from something called nanodots technology. It's this micro texture surface that's been fine-tuned over years of testing to get the friction perfect. It's not too rough, it's not too slippy, it's just right. Secondly, the whole thing is thinner than a human hair, so you'll barely notice it's there while your Apple Pencil is making something awesome. They also offer a 100-day money-back guarantee, but fewer than 2% of their customers have ever actually used it, so you can draw your own conclusions there. They've also just dropped the 3rd version of the product, which comes with a new butterfly application system, and that uses your iPad screen to walk you through fitting it step by step. And that means no dust and 0 bubbles too. I got it right. First time, me. First time. That's exactly how foolproof this thing is. But don't worry, they include a second Paperlike in the package, so you've got a backup if you need it. There's a link in the description, or you can scan this code over here to check out all their bundles and offers. And a big thanks to Paperlike for sponsoring this one. Right, where were we? Well, there are some odd oversights in the Freeform app, and here's one of them. There's no obvious link between Freeform and Apple Notes, which is a bit like making a great knife and a great fork and then not letting them live in the same drawer together. Now, I have found a couple of workarounds though. So if you want a link to a Freeform board inside an Apple Note, you can hit the share button on your board, choose to collaborate, and then just add your own name in. Yes, I'm collaborating with myself. That is a metaphor and a half, isn't it? Anyway, it'll ask you to add the board to a new note or an existing one, and then yeah, there it is, a live link to your Freeform board sitting inside a fresh Apple Note. If you need to go the other way, so getting a note into a Freeform board, you'll need to export that note as a PDF first, and to do that, you have to pretend that you want to print it. I mean, how is that still a thing in 2026? Anyway, once you've got the PDF, you can drop it into Freeform and it will stay readable and zoomable. So both of these workarounds are very clunky, but they do work. The other big oversight here from Apple is that if you're the sort of person that likes organizing things into folders, and honestly, who doesn't like that? Freeform is going to frustrate you here. There are no folders, there are no tags, there's no way to group boards together, and I think Apple really do need to fix this. In the meantime, the best thing I've found is to treat boards a bit like files and just use a clear naming system. So if you're working on a project with multiple boards, just name all the boards that belong to that project the same way so that they all sit together nicely in the list. You can also use the favorites feature as a kind of rough pinning system for any boards that you need to get to regularly. So it's not great, but yeah, it's something. Earlier, I said that Freeform works on all your Apple devices, and yeah, it does, but let's be honest about this. So when it comes to iPhone, just forget it for actually creating anything. It's fine for quickly checking out a board or adding a link to one while you're on the move, but I'd say that's about it. On the Mac, however, actually it's pretty good, especially for precise work. So things like moving shapes around or building flowcharts, editing text, it works really well. Having a mouse and a keyboard particularly helps a lot here. Just don't expect to draw anything because the drawing tools don't work without an Apple Pencil, which you obviously don't have on a Mac. Like I said earlier, it does also work on Vision Pro, but I can't really tell you about that because, well, I'm not made of money. I'd say the best experience by a long way is iPad. Everything else is a compromise. Hello, Jamark here. A very quick update on this bit. As we were editing this video, Apple actually released the developer version of their latest iPad software, and guess what? They have quietly made some changes to Freeform. Specifically, it does now have folders, and also it's got a proper fully fledged dark mode, which is brilliant. You can also now draw on a Mac too, which isn't as good as on an iPad, but it's still way better than what we had. Now there's still no tagging feature, but you know, this is good news and it shows they're still working on making this app even better. Everyone else will have access to these features when iPadOS, iOS, and macOS 27 get released later this year. Anyway, back to the video. Now you might be wondering, what about the paid alternatives to Freeform? And there are plenty of them. There's Miro, FigJam, Millernote, and GoodNote. I've used most of them, and to be completely honest, I do think that you get what you pay for. All of those tools are generally better at each of their specific jobs. Even though it can't really compete, Freeform wins by being free and already being there. No account, no subscription, there's no onboarding. You just open it and have a go. Now, one thing worth mentioning here, Apple's new Creator Studio subscription actually gives you a slightly different version of Freeform, including a funky new app logo, plus access to a premium stock photo library and AI image generation. Having tried them for a little while, none of those things are a reason to buy the subscription, just so you know. All the other stuff that I've talked about in this video is available on the free version. I think it would be nice to see some more enhancements for Creator Studio subscribers, but hey, it's pretty early days yet, so maybe we'll see something this year. So should you use Freeform? Well, Freeform isn't really a replacement for Apple Notes. It's a very strong complement to it, specifically for that early messy phase of a project where you need space to think without being constrained by a page. If you like to think visually, or you're already very baked into the Apple ecosystem, or maybe you're someone who's ever wished that Apple Notes has got a bit more room to breathe, I'd say have a play with this app and see what you can make. Having said that, it does have a ceiling, but within those limits, it's a genuinely useful app that most people have completely forgotten about. Okay, last question. What is the first, or maybe the next, Freeform board you're going to make after watching this video? Let me know in the comments. And if there's something that's stopping you from using Freeform more, I'm curious to know that too. Now, in the meantime, if you're into note-taking tools, there's a deep dive up here on how I organize pretty much everything in my life. Enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one.